Is the synergy there between the teams? Is it going to work out for them? But we'll find out as we are now into Champ Select 10. Well, pick and ban, I should say. And Alistair already being banned away there. They are scared
Wow.
of that Alistair. They know what it can do, and they're not willing to play against it here.
Oh no, Choice 6 was incredible, like you said. Every single time Elastic Slingshot, even in mid-air sometimes, Pulverize, done. Just fraught the engage and absolutely demolished the size of Chaos Latin Gamers. Having that banned away will open spooks to some of these more tanky junglers, which we've seen them on recently.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's some good mixes coming through here in terms of bans as well. The Rumble being taken away from Giroud there in the top lane. Kennen and Syndra being taken away. Two more power picks, I'd argue, rather than target bans here as such. You know, I'm very, very sure that Chiefs do have their strengths and weaknesses here, but for Lyon, it's almost like, well, these are pretty popular picks. We'll just get rid of those. And the same can be said for the Jace ban coming out here for Chiefs. They're just very, very strong in their particular positions as a champion rather than as a player. So seeing them taken away, it comes as no big surprise. But you do have to question what particular niche picks do you think are going to come through here that we'll see, you know, individual members on both of these teams potentially picking up.
Yeah, definitely. And with this being the last best of 3 as well, any of those hidden picks that they have been maybe practicing, obviously they might want to bring out. Aurelion Sol is going to be the first lock-in for Swiffer over in the mid lane.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
going to be a good champion for him.
Absolutely, we saw it twice earlier on today. It was with mixed success. I think in one of the games he got really far ahead, but just didn't have the level of control needed for the fights. He has the CC, has the Voice of Light, of course. It wasn't as impactful, I think, as what other mid laners can be. We've played against the Varus, if you remember. He got ahead nice and early. Varus got crushed out by him, I think, at least early on. And then after a certain amount of time, the Varus just started becoming quite pokey, and that led to the eventual 2-0 as we well know it. So the question is, I guess, what's the response here from Lyon? They've played against it already twice today. What do they pick to try and mix things up here? Hard CC is never a bad idea because it shuts down the Celestial Spheres, but it's going to be the Zac and the Poppy, two massive tanks being locked in there for Lyon.
I do not blame Oddie taking that Zac away. We saw what Spooks could do with it in their last best of 3, but that does obviously leave the Olaf up. Now Poppy, again, you said this morning, it's just been banned consistently away, and when it is picked, it just becomes an absolute monster.
Absolutely, yeah. It's one of them ones where it's quite difficult in the early game before you get items. You do find yourself getting bullied around a lot. But if you can survive and even get, you know, 80-90% of the farm that your opponent's getting, you'll still become massive once you get hold of the Sunfire Cape. You go for the Frozen Fist. Often you'll go Tabai if it's a very AD heavy team. And that's what we saw earlier on, actually. There was an Aurelion Sol on the other side, and we thought, well, that's the only magic resist that's available. Sorry, the only magic damage that's available there on that team. Let's take away the Tabais, and we can pretty much ignore him. I think in the end, the Poppy did build Spirit Visage anyway, but it just didn't seem to matter. They just ignored Sol all game long and just charged straight into the back line.
Exactly that. Proper itemization is always key, and Spooks does get his hands on that Olaf. We were saying before about how strong it is, and he's going to get his hands on it again. And Karma's actually going to be locked away. Obviously the flex pick, but obviously with the Aurelion Sol, that's going to go all the way down there to Egypt.
Yeah, not going to see something like a tank Karma top as we've heard the horrors of many, many times now.
Lord. Please don't.
Let's not go there.
Memories.
Now, this is a really nice kind of combination pick here as well. You take the Karma with the Olaf, of course, the shield speed boost just stacks up with the Ragnarok. If he goes Righteous Glory, it stacks with that too. And of course, Ghost as a summoner spell just means that there's no way to hide from the Olaf once he starts charging onto your squishes. Now, there's two tanks so far here on the side for Lyon. It's looking like they're going to have a very big beefy front line. The question is, do they ignore the Olaf and hope that the AD carries can deal with him and they continue trying to dive onto the back line of Chiefs, or do they have to deal with this Olaf first and foremost? A lot of it will come down to the Chiefs synergy. Will they dive in together? Will the Olaf charge ahead of everyone else? Don't forget he'll be incredibly quick with the ultimate, with the Ghost, and of course with the Karma Shield. We'll have to wait and see, but that looks like the lock-in pick here for the bot lane is going to be Nami Ezreal coming through for Lyon. I really like that.
Yeah, that's a really heavy poke lane as well, really punishing. And the Chiefs bottom lane is going to have to be really careful. They've got that Karma for the sustain, like you said. Those shields really helping out. But they're going to have to be quite coordinated to work around this Olaf. We've said before, Lion Gaming have even said themselves, they haven't had too much practice coming into this due to logistical issues. And I'm wondering if that's going to affect them, because their macro game hasn't looked as strong compared to the Chiefs.
You're absolutely right, it hasn't. I think a lot of that was down to the fact they didn't get to have a proper boot camp, like you say, due to those logistical issues they have. And, you know, the coach thinks that they'll perform well under pressure, but we saw yesterday that they didn't really cope that well under pressure. You know, Chiefs just crushed them. They beat them out 2-0 very convincingly. these guys came in as one of the top seeds as well for the whole thing, and so far they just haven't really showed up. I'm hoping that after a night's kind of good rest and a bit of review as to what happened yesterday, that they'll come into this game and at least take one game off Chiefs. If not, take the full 2 and go all the way.
Well, and Nah is locked in as well as the Jin for Chiefs. Nah, we've not seen him the whole of the the whole of yesterday and this morning as well. So a pick we didn't expect to see left up, but here it is. It's going to go in the hands of Swiper in the top lane. Haven't seen them on this Nah yet, and it's definitely going to be exciting to see. The Jin as well. Raze has already proved his proficiency on this champion, and against that heavy poke lane in the bottom lane coming out of Lyon Gaming, damn, that's going to be a tough lane for him.
Yeah, this is one of the interesting ones because you see Jin Karma pretty much all the time in the bot lane. You take it to keep the Jin sped up. You take it to keep him safe from the enemy's poke, for example. And on the other side, Ezreal, a little bit weak early on, does need someone to help him get through laning phase. And what better to do that than someone like Nami who can heal him up as they continue to keep on trading with all the poke that she brings as well. So it's a very standard bot lane. Generally, there isn't any kind of definitive winner. It can be quite mixed up based on how ganks go, how the rest of the game goes, for example. But the Gnar being locked in, I think that's really key, actually, because that, again, is just another big split push lane with a big TP to hopefully follow up afterwards. Poppy into Gnar, you tend to find Gnar will, because of the range, go Frozen Mallet first, constantly poke the Poppy down, and even if she builds armor, she just cannot seem to engage on the Gnar pretty much at all. So I expect it to be a Chief win in the top lane. I'm not saying that in this case that I think Lyon are going to lose outright overall. I just think in the top lane there, it's going to be a Gnar lane. I think in the jungle, the Olaf's better. I do really, really like the Vladimir pick, though, I have to say. I think that's actually better here than the Sol.
Yeah, Vladimir, not known for his pushing power, especially in the early game, where Sol obviously does absolutely spectacularly. And we'll see how that lane does work out. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this Vladimir as well. That Hema play is going to be so huge coming into these mid-game team fights, because that damage amplification, even on tanks, but especially on the Ezreal by
Really is, and that's the key one to watch out for, to say the least. I want to see what the junglers do this game, because like we say, we've seen this quite a few times now. We've seen Zach, we've seen Olaf a lot. They're very predictive champions. You know what they want to do. You know the Olaf wants to charge into the backline. He wants to get on the carries, and he wants to kill them fast. Same can be said arguably for the Zach, except he can do it from much longer range, because the jump, of course, has a much larger range than an axe, for example. It's just going to be who dominates the early game more, I think. I'd like to see them make appearance in the mid lane. There's not a whole lot of mobility there. The only real saving grace there for any of the two mid laners is the Sanguine Paul and the Vladimir. And I think top lane is just going to be a battle of the titans. You won't get too much out of that at any stage in the game, I don't think.
No, definitely not. And we're just see the coaches shaking hands. This is Chiefs versus Lyon Gaming. This is game number 1 of your best of 3. The winner of this one will secure their spot at IEM Oakland on the 19th and 20th of November. So very, very soon. And they'll have a little time to practice as well. And this is definitely going to be some worthwhile practice if any one of these teams. If they can make it to a best of 3, this is going to be an absolutely spectacular one. I mean, we've seen some 2-0 sweeps, obviously. Yesterday was just rife with them. But INTZ Chiefs, what a match that was. And I cannot wait to see this one. I cannot wait to see if Lyon Gaming have got answers to spooks in the jungle.
Yeah, I think for the most part, it's Chiefs really beat themselves up yesterday. And they, for the most part, they seemed like they were really let down by their performance. They were just like, we don't know what happened. Like, it's a really irritating and frustrating scenario for us. So if they were to go through from this match, they'd be looking at these VODs constantly. They know that against Lyon, I think they can kind of see this game as quite an easy 2-0 for them. Like, okay, we think actually Lyon might be able to take a game or two away from them, but that obviously remains to be seen. They'll be sitting down a lot in the next few weeks and looking over the VODs of their game against Ints and saying what went so wrong in that second and third game when we had such dominant control in the first one. Because for a team to perform that strong in the first game and then throw it all away in the second and third, there's an issue that needs to be fixed, and they will get crushed at a larger tournament if it comes down to that.
And we'll soon find out. We're going to jump onto Thrift very, very shortly. Obviously, I'd like to remind you guys, we are the English broadcasting team, and we are not the guys on your screen, unfortunately, at the moment. We are just sat somewhere else, but that's the French casting squad coming out. That's why the lips might not be in sync with what we're saying, so that might look a bit funny to you guys. So just to let you know. Yeah, I mean...
Which casting would you want to be there?
What?
I've got to be that guy because of his shirt.
You got to be that... His shirt's pretty spicy, man. He's pretty snazzy.
It's different. Like,
it is.
See, that guy's is quite plain. It's professional, but it's quite plain.
True. It's true. I mean,
he's got a chain on like me, so maybe.
The chain. Oh, damn. Well, we're going to drop to a quick ad break. We'll be back in a second.
C'est en s'entraînant qu'on devient un champion. Mais c'est avec le processeur Core i7 qu'on devient imbattable. Trouvez votre force intérieure.
The new high-performance Rig 500 headset from Plantronics is designed to match the skills of an aspiring esport player with the gear they need to win. The new modular system gives you the power to adapt, upgrade, and personalize your headset for the task at hand. The Rig 500 series of gaming headsets are engineered to deliver the perfect combination of durable lightweight comfort in an immersive audio environment. 7.1 surround sound and 24-bit audio provide a stunning 360-degree sound field with directional audio. 40mm drivers with low-frequency resonators provide crisp highs and boosted bass. Clear voice noise-canceling technology provides clear communication to your teammates. From the headset company that equips the pros, the 500 series was crafted to meet the needs of esports and competitive players around the world. The new Rig 500 series of headsets from Plantronics. Respect the training. Reactions win.
Hi guys, welcome back. Ah, you go for it.
All right, welcome back, guys. So we shouldn't be too long. There was a quick pause. One of their screens wasn't working, or they forgot to turn it on. I couldn't give you specifics, but there was an issue. So we shouldn't be too long. We just jumped into a quick pause. They are loaded up onto the Rift, I believe. It's just a pause in game, so that should be all good. And there you go.
Oh, well, the thing in the top left, the thing in the top left went blue. The pause word disappeared, and I was like, yes, that means we're going on, right?
Live. It's time.
Here we are.
Brolaf.
It's time.
I love that skin.
Oh, it's my favourite skin. I've never played it. You've got to play it, man. Like,
yeah.
the other one's kind of cool as well. Like, being a marauding Viking is really cool, but it's not quite it's not like a super sports fan, is it?
Exactly.
It's not the same.
No, and he's got like 3 popped collars as well on his polos. Like,
there you go.
He looks jazzy. Oh, he gets spotted out though.
Trying to be super swaggy.
Super swaggy. You mentioned the other day, actually, Nami. You know how Cassiopeia can't wear boots now? Why can Nami wear boots?
That is a good. I don't know. Does she like mold shoes that fit to the size of her flippers or something? I don't know.
Shoes. Easy. She has to go to a special place to get them specially molded. Cost the same price though.
Yeah, that's like when you're trying to buy anything from the States in the UK.
Oh yeah.
I want to try and buy a graphics card, and it's like, okay, well, it's like 400 quid or something, and then in American dollars, it's like 440, and I'm just like, are you actually having a laugh? That's not how this works.
Yeah, it's not how it works. You guys do.
I mean, these days maybe so, because Brexit killed us, but rip, here we are.
Feels bad, man.
Feels super bad. Anyway, looking at what the kind of builds we've got coming out here straight off, like Saya's gone boots first here, so that's trying to get away, of course, from those spheres from the spheres. Doesn't want to get caught out.
I'm pretty sure he's scared of those too, so yeah.
Just. Not quick enough, my friend. 3, 4.
Oh, there's another one.
Okay,
another one.
4, 5.
So he
6.
took half his HP. Beautiful.
So boots not effective. Yes.
Maybe, yeah, maybe should have started Doran Shield. So already kind of sitting on that item like, oh, why did I buy this?
Well, to be fair, he would have gone for a Doran Shield, and because the spheres aren't a single target ability, it wouldn't have reduced the damage. The only thing it would reduce is auto attacks, so it's just not really worth it, to be honest.
Whew. Taking a
Now
lot
he's
of
taking a
damage.
kick in.
Oh,
You always expect level 1 though. This is just a story against Aurelion Sol. It's horrible.
yeah. This
Although
is
it's very
the
easy for him to
story
go out of
already.
manager. Mana.
You're close.
Manager. I just added a few letters. Just
Yeah, it's all good.
for the sake of it.
We get what you meant.
We'll get there.
Or we will. Now in the top lane, Viper. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. Also, I really like this guy. I know we're talking a lot about skins, but our skin is also awesome. He's like a little
sick.
Mexican wrestler. It's awesome.
Can
He's
you
gonna
imagine
have a bit
jumping
of
out,
easy-
Can you imagine him like suplexing you and being like, "Hey, no!" And I'm just like, "What the hell is this?"
Turns into Meganar halfway through. You're like, ugh. Please.
That wouldn't be
please,
nice.
Please no.
No transformations in the ring, please.
Yeah, yeah, disqualified. Unlucky. Right. Back to the game at hand. Swiffer just pushing there out in the mid lane. This is going to be the story, like you said, unfortunately. He's just going to get punished. But I suppose the Vladimir has got the sustain, so I'm assuming that's why they picked it into it, because it is very hard to pick into an Aurelion Sol. And I suppose when he does get a bit of AP, then he can wave clear a little bit more efficiently against him.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing in the world. I mean, it's more when you start getting the sustain as well. So as Vladimir, if you go back and grab the Spectre's Cowl, you can negate a lot of the poke that will come out of him. And of course, you get the increased health regen whilst after taking damage from a champion ability. And the spheres, of course, counters abilities. Therefore, it's all happy days as you keep recovering the health. You get the transfusion as well for extra heal. You can sustain pretty well. It's just about surviving through that in the first place. And already, Swiffer going back here, picking himself up the Dark Seal. Just wants to have that, I think, for the increased heal off the pots, as well as being able to start stacking that up if the jungler chooses to get involved.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of them built by Dark Seal. I mean, it's not a bad item at all, especially when you run Corrupting, like you said. There is going to be an interesting dragon, finally, as Oddie is in the top lane. Swiffer's going to be alright. He jumps out. He's okay.
Yeah, he's just like whatever.
Literally whatever. But Mountain Drake, Derry, we've made it.
We've made it,
the
boys.
final
It's
best
not
of
a
three
cloud
of the
and
day.
it's not an ocean.
Exactly. Silly clown
Ouch.
Drake.
Feels bad being Saiyan,
It really does. He's got the empowered heal next, so that will be, you know, a little bit of recuperation of his health bar, but not too much. Oh wait, he didn't. I don't think he used it. I used it, but it's just the health's gone again.
The issue is the empower one, or the Crimson Rush as it's called. You don't get as much healing off of using it on a minion. So of course, if you try and step forward and do it onto the Aurelion Sol, it's going to be like, oh, thank you very much. Here's a Q to the face. Have about 4 stars. That is now an absolutely useless ability, and you're getting nothing from it. So you're kind of forced to use it on the minions in the first place. But of course, yeah, it's not optimal. You'd much rather have someone that you can walk up to your lane and try and do it. Top lane gank though is nice dash actually. He's fine.
Yeah, nice dash. That was good. He's fine. But Spook's blowing the early ghost. We saw him do this a lot yesterday. He just blows that ghost. 150-second cooldown, man. It's not something to be scoffed at. So every single gank he seems to go for, he just pops it.
I don't really blame him. You know, like I say, it's a 150-second cooldown. It's just so cheap to be able to use, and you know, it's basically an ultimate at this point as well. Like that's what you can kind of compare it to. It's not like Flash where it's like 5 odd minutes or so. It's really easy. It's really easy, and it's good to make use of it because you never know what can happen.
Exactly that. You never know. You might be able to pick up a flash or something. It'll be.
Because in the mid lane all the time with the spheres. I wish I could play Aurelion Sol well. I've tried him about 4 or 5 times in solo queue, and I suck.
Yeah, same. I would never try him in solo. That's the thing, Derek. I didn't try him in solo queue. I tried him in a normal one. I sucked, and I didn't feel that bad.
See, I only play ranked. This is why. And I actually did. I played New Rise for the first time yesterday on my Smurf. I thought, you know, I'm in gold 2 on my Smurf. It's fine.
Yeah, why not?
I went like 1-9 against the Cassiopeia.
1 in a Cassiopeia.
Yeah, she absolutely ruined me. I was just like, oh
god. Well, you are
horrible.
a Dino OTP, so I suppose.
Hey.
Have you played anything else?
I was a Zereth. I was a Zereth OTP. I was a Fizz OTP. I was a Vi OTP. I've been a lot of OTPs. I don't think I have lots of mains, but no one believes me when I say that.
I have lots of mains. I can't play any of them particularly well until I switch to another one.
Mate, Jin, that's the next one.
Yeah, that's the next one on your list. You were like, oh, I'm going to be a Jin main now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the plan, man. I've got to do it. Like, he just looks so fun to play. I still haven't played him.
He does. He needs a new skin though. I mean, the cowboy one's cool, but I mean, if you can play him as good as Raze does, fair enough. I mean, that guy's a bit of a monster. Already accumulating a small CS lead as well.
No doubt going to get even scarier as the game goes along as well. Really nice combination that you have here with the clear as well with Egim here and the Karma. You just fire in the impact, the mantra Q. It puts all the minions at the back down to literally one auto attack on from anyone to kill it. And so Jin can either throw the deadly flourish through, kill 2 or 3 at once, or instead just not even bother and go for something else altogether in terms of like auto attacks.
Throw the grenades.
Yeah, my phone is moaning at me. You know why it's moaning at me? Because I set an alarm reminding myself that we had to cast soon.
Oh, well, guess what? We're already doing it. You're already ahead of the curve.
I know. I'm beating my phone. In the race against time, I'm winning. That's the way I like to think of it.
That is a good way to think about life.
Because time is a bank on which you can't see the balance, and we're all being charged interest.
Oh my god, getting really philosophical.
It's pretty morbid.
It is. It's 2 PM here, 3 PM over in Paris, and it's already getting Oh,
nice hop.
Yeah, nice hop.
The red buff
Swift
though.
going really low though. Yeah,
oh wow.
The bounce is going to come through. Does get the flash away, but they're just going to keep chasing this. Swift hasn't got a bounce left to go. That's going to be first blood. Gerald picking that one up with the hammer down, and bam. Takes that one to the face, and that is what she meant. That's the sound she makes. Bam.
Yeah, pretty much. Keeper's verdict.
Bam.
Just
smash.
Goodbye.
Ooh. Yeah. So Viper is going to go boom. Top go boom. Top die. You pick
top die. Tower die. Everything
tower
die.
Exactly. And does it like Swiffer try to make something of this? They've just pushed White Lotus completely out of this bottom lane as well. Spook's tried to make something happen across the map.
But yeah, he needs to really, when you see an impact like that mage, you either need to turn for Dragon, or you need to try and make a gank happen somewhere else, or go and invade a buff. So there's 3 big options kind of available to you. Looks like he's kind of gone for a hybrid of taking the jungle and trying to put some pressure on bot lane. Yeah, it's like in solo queue when you get spam pings, like as a jungler, like, oh, well, this jungler's top, so why aren't you doing something? And it's like, you know, there's things called jungle camps, and there's things called levels in this game, and I need both, so can you stop whining at me, please?
Did you know minions give gold? So I'm going to take this camp and get myself more gold, thanks.
Legitimately, the other day I had a guy like start drawing the game because I took like 3 minions in bot lane to shove it in so we could dive. I dived, got a double kill, and he was like, "Oh, jungler's taking all lane resources," and I'm like, "Are you actually serious? I've just got you a double kill."
Yeah, are you kidding me? Uh oh. Oddie's looking for something. Swift hit.
Great
nice
flash.
By Swift hit there. He's on the ball this morning. He's had his coffee. And just walks back into the tower to go to poke Saya down. Oh man, does not feel good for him. Although the CS lead isn't that big, and that's what's important.
It is, yeah. For Vladimir, it's about getting to the late game, and once you've got those first few items, you really just fly off the chain. And he's going for the proto belt first as well, so going for the damage. Oh, dive bot lane.
Boots in the bottom lane. Curtain call has been used. Kha'Zix is going really low. The heal comes out as well. The Hemo Plague as well. Spook's also going really low. White Lotus actually trades a kill up there. Ejim's now on the run.
White's got blue buff as well.
After him, he has indeed, so he's going to get really slowed down. Mantra Inspire there to get the shields. Flash from Saya. Exhaust comes through. White Lotus with the Q finishes him off.
Well, that's 2 kills now for the Ezreal. He is 10 CS down, but has the blue buff, so he'll be stacking that tier for days. Look how low Odie's gone here too.
Oddie. Oddie.
Odie. Oddie. He's an odd one.
He is, but not.
He isn't the odd one. He's an odd one.
He is an odd one. He was trying to make a gank up on top lane to answer the one in bottom lane, but Swiper says no swiping and just backs off underneath the tower. I did read up the other day that's actually where he got his name from. I was wondering, I was a little bit curious. He did actually get it from Dora the Explorer.
Swiper, no swiping. I used to remember on the way to school I used to listen to that. God, back in the day.
Listen to it on the way to school?
Not on the way to school, sorry, before I left for school.
I was going to say, like, what, you got, like, an MP3 player? Like,
just
like one of the old massive MP3 players? Just
no. I got a CD player. That's what I had. Like
the CD. Oh my goodness! I had a cassette player as well. That thing was the jam. Oh dear.
If you had a big leather jacket, you could essentially be a Guardians of the Galaxy. And oh, what a nice jump there on the jump he's done.
And steadfast presence. This, yeah, he said. Man.
Oddie keeps swiping. Is probably wants to start saying up there now. Yeah. That's the second time he's made an appearance now. Sorry, and done really well with it too. And they're going again for this dive in the bot lane.
Yeah. Oh, Kha'Zix doesn't stand a chance. Swiffer picks up that kill. Spook's really not fast at this point. There's actually a teleport down from Giral as well, and Saya actually picks Spooks up. A nice hammer into the wall, charges raised down, and Saya doesn't want to stop going here. Voice of Light comes through, hits 2 of them. Now they're on the run. Saya, and that final bullet in Jin's gun is going to finish him off as he went a bit too aggressive.
It is, and speaking of going a bit aggressive there, we did actually see Swiper start channeling the TP to get down there into that fight, but by then the fight had already pretty much petered out and was over. I think the TP actually was more of kind of the sign, right guys, it's time to leave now, fight's done. And that was it. So really he isn't going to be able to get himself back into top lane immediately. And that's was shoved in actually by Oddie, funny enough, so they need to try and deal with that now. Out comes the curtain call, mind you.
Curtain call 1, 2, 3 shots.
Got it.
Hits White Lotus. Beautiful. I love. See, that's why I really like Jin. I can see why you want to play him now. Like his, just all of his abilities look amazing, and because I think that's why they developed. They made him that certain way. You know, you have to really just wind up to that last final like crit shot with your revolver for your auto attacks. His last empowered bullet on his curtain call. They all just look absolutely amazing and really well designed. I think Jin, one of the cooler champions they've released. A bit OP though.
A little bit. Well, I say OP, just widely picked, and we'll see how OP is against the tower.
Oh, he is not OP at all. He gets exhausted as well. Locks up Oddie. Not going to happen, though. He does make it bounce, and he picks up the kill as well. Oddie's really banded around all the map right now. He's got the majority of his team's kills. 2-0-1. Nice 50% kill participation already. And that's going to be an extra kill for him.
Doing a pretty good job of that, to say the very least here. I like Jin. I think, you know, his whole thematic of being this like artisan of like murder and stuff, and it's about building up to the finale and finishing the piece. Finishing the piece is killing them with all that fourth shot.
Speaking about
here we go. Check out mid though.
Player is here. Elastic slingshot into the minion. Spook still want to go on this one. His ultimate has worn off, but he's still got to the ghost. That is now worn off, so they're probably just going to want to look to back off here. Giral, actually, I'm very surprised he hasn't been more punished here, but we're going to go back to the mid lane as their ghost is popped by Saya. No Hemophage available, was used previously. Spooks, does he want to go on this? Exhaust down onto the Vladimir. And now Saya might get binded up. No, just managed to escape the tether. He's going to be alright. Now going to push this tower. There's a lot of pressure in the mid lane right now. And it does look like the top laners try to intervene, but they're just going to wander back top.
Oh yeah, I think that's like the second or third time now that both top laners have tried to make an appearance somewhere else, either through walking down or TPing there. And both times they've been like, yeah, never mind, we're not needed anymore.
We're not needed.
Poor
we'll
guys.
Go back where we belong.
Poor guys.
The top lane. Raze might have been in a little bit of trouble. A lot of damage back onto White Lotus. That 350 damage crit, and the curtain call's been opened up as well. Oh, Chosix is being the good support he is. Oh, Ejim tried to kill the minions there in order for the Deadly Flourish to
wow, the double flash.
There's a double flash coming out as Swiffer comes up as well. Nice double stun. Here comes the knock-up. It happens. Voice of Light comes through. Ejim picks up one kill. Nami is so low. The axe comes through as well. Spooks is able to pick up that kill, and now Chiefs answering Lion's aggression, and they're going to possibly take this tier 2 tower in the bot lane.
Yeah, and speaking of towers, top lane we also saw Giral bring down Swiper's tower too. In comes Zac.
Oddie comes in, he gets a 2-man knock-up. Spooks used the ultimate as well. Saya comes down, he's so low. The pool actually kills 2 of them, but finally gets taken out by Swiper there. And now Oddie's going to have to be a little bit careful. Elastic slingshot's out, but that's TP from Swiper. Just making sure his team can secure that tower, but 2 dead for 1 for Lion Gaming. But I think Chiefs have definitely got the upper hand advantage in that one.
Yeah, it does feel like they are pulling themselves ahead with it slowly. And again, the blue buff stolen away here. Swiffer this time being the one to pick that up. So good kind of utilization of resources, I dare say, in terms of how they have the fights and then they go for it on the respawn. It's good to try and keep it away from them, although realistically, you know, neither Oddie nor Saya are going to make use of it anyway. They're both mannerless champions at this point. It's really good for Ezreal and stacking up his tier, of course. But even then, he doesn't have many problems doing that. He does it with auto attacks too, so it's not like it's the end of the world if he doesn't get hold of that blue.
Yeah, not the end of the world, but it is always nice, like you pointed out. I mean, Saya's not realistically going to need it all too much, I suppose. He's got a fair bit of cooldown. Depends on what runes he's running as well.
Yeah. As we said in champ selects as well, top lane Swiper's picked up that frozen mallet first item. Wants to be able to beat down on Giral, just keep him locked away against tower. But I think at this point it's too late because he's already lost his own tower, don't forget. And actually the Poppy is 1-0-2. So it's looking really good for them in terms of top lane. The only issue they have right now is that Jhin is massive. Swiffer's absolutely massive as well on the Aurelion Soul. It's a tough one for Lyon to fight back here. They are currently set at what? 1.5k down?
Yeah.
And now Dragon's up as well, so you may see a fight around this. It depends if Odie can get here quick enough.
I don't think it will. True Shot Barrage is going to come out. Nope. They were patient on that one. They did manage to take that. So that's going to be first Drake of the game. It's going to be a mountain that goes over to Chiefs. using that pressure to their advantage very, very well. And they look like they're going to focus around the mid lane also. And also, did you say Frozen Foot? Were you going to say that?
Frozen Foot?
I thought you said Frozen Foot instead of Frozen Mallet, and then corrected yourself.
I said Frozen Mallet, mate.
Oh, okay. No
I've spoken about Frozen Fist, if that's what
Frozen
you're thinking.
Fist. Are you... Okay. Well, there we go. Well,
Frozen Fist might be a thing. Just not yet. You're going to see it on popping on the night.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it looks like as well, Ezreal's going for it here as well. White Lotus choosing to opt for that over a Trinity Force. We've seen both builds being utilised by Ezreal's.
No.
Mid lane, Swiffer's caught out.
Swiffer is completely caught. Let it bounce comes through, and the ultimate as well to push everybody back. And Swipe is here as well in the Mega Gnar. Does stun up Oddie. He's going to be alright. He's very tanky at this point. But that is a very good disengage. He did blow his flash, but Voice of Light doing a lot of work there.
Yeah, it did help him out. I'd like to say had to flash away too. I felt like the Gnar ult wasn't really necessary there, although I guess when else is he going to use it again? He's just been forced to split push forever here, so not too bad to use it, but that does mean that here Lyon are aware that that isn't going to be available for the next fight. TP is still down for him, whereas here Jirel does have TP, so if he can make something happen and try and make a play with the Poppy with the TP, that'd be pretty good, but of course the Dragon just going down, there's not really any key objectives up anytime soon.
No, that you are not wrong. Jirel is in the top lane. He is getting tethered. Egypt's coming through. Another Roots comes through. The ultimate from the Hammer, yeah, knocks him away. But Spooks is here as well to try and do something. Has got Ragnarok available. Doesn't want to chase Jirel too much. Yeah, he's still got his flash, so he's holding on to that one. Just a bit of a pressure going there as they do go towards the top side.
He needs to leave this top tower. I think with there's like almost 4 members from Chiefs here. Aurelion Sol was lurking around. I think he's just taking blue actually instead. But if they all get themselves up here towards the top side, they can force this tower down. They probably need to do that. They've got both in the bot lane already. They've got to look elsewhere now and start bringing down more of them.
Yeah, and Nara's in the bottom side as well. He's just heavily split pushing. No teleport available just yet. Someone's going to have to answer that wave in the bottom side. Otherwise, that's just going to keep crashing into the tower. That's going to be quite a big problem for them. Say is so tanky at this point, though. He's got a lot of HP. He's picked up the Rylai's now. And he's got that Proto Belt.
Absolutely, yeah. Proto Belt going to be good for him in those fights. Mobility definitely never hurting, to say the least. It's nice to get in there when you have more AP. It really starts smacking you in the face as well. So they need to get to that point where they do have more of it. That's just like Rift Terror is going to be taken away here by Chiefs as well. Potentially, it's been warded out as well.
It has indeed. Swift is on the side though, so that's a lot of zoning potential, and Swipe's going to take that one away. And that's the first Rift Herald buff we've seen in 4 best of 3s.
Yeah,
first one taken.
It's nice they're taking it away purely because the Gnar here is going to split push, and they got it pretty much just as it was about to despawn as well. So he's going to have that until about the 40-minute mark here. There's going to be some serious split pushing going on in this game. It's far from a par in terms of gold lead. There's only a 1.5k difference as well, so that Gnar will be split pushing for a long time. He's looking towards the Black Cleaver next. When he picks up that, well, he's been trying to hopefully melting through the Poppy.
Yeah, we got another pause for some reason, but yeah, I mean,
we love pauses.
Absolutely... Oh yeah,
we can talk rubbish for 5-10 minutes that way if it's that long.
It is good. Maybe they pause. They're like, "What's this buff on the map that Nara's got now? What is it? Is that a new buff? We weren't aware of this, guys. Rift Herald is just non-existent to everybody else, apart from Chiefs apparently."
We'll see if we can find out what's going on and update you guys in due course. Again, that's not us setting those tables at those desks. We wish we were. It'd be pretty cool to be in Paris.
Yeah. Maybe next year. Beautiful city. Maybe next year.
I've never been to Paris.
Have you not?
I have not.
Pretty nice. I went quite a while ago now. It must have been a good 5 years ago or something. So a fair while ago. But it was nice when I was there. Obviously Disneyland as well. That's also cool.
All about the Disneyland. It's the reason everyone wants to go there, right?
Definitely. Disneyland, man.
Nothing to do with the food or the Eiffel Tower or anything else like that. No, just Disney.
Disneyland. No matter how old you are, you cannot not enjoy Disneyland.
I'm constantly getting nagged to go. I've never been to Disneyland, like either of them. I feel like one day I probably should go. I don't know when it will be.
Maybe we should go. Let's go to Disneyland.
Can we do like Esports Does Disneyland?
Esports, a new video series.
That sounds like a new video series.
Esports Does Disneyland. That'll be incredible.
Although, what kind of stuff will go into it other than it being like a standard kind of visit? Like,
yeah, a standard like we're going to Disneyland, boys, and then there's like montage screenshots of us like waiting in line for roller coasters and stuff, and then us on the roller coasters, and then it's like, yeah, esports, woo. Yeah, that's all I can imagine. Like, what else would you like? When would
so
you?
literally, the only thing you've got is either you've got wearing a jersey for a team.
Yeah, okay, I got one of those.
Or just like, I don't know, just saying the word esports as you go around Disneyland. There's got to be some kind of gamey feel to it.
Just yelling it.
Having said that, have you ever played a game called Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
Fantastic.
A long time ago.
Did you ever play number 2?
Probably. PS2, right?
Yeah, PS2 back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that includes dozens of characters from the Disney universe.
It does indeed. I mean,
there's
slightly game related. It's not competitive in any way unless you like speed run it or something.
Now, the most competitive I got with that game was competing with my brothers as to who's got to play it first when we bought the new one.
Ouch, man.
Had to like ration time. We have like an hour each to play it.
Oh,
but
me and my
we
brother
one
were
PS2
exactly
each.
the same.
Horrible.
Exactly the same.
See, what I used to do was read the manual for the game first, and then when I had my hour time, I could get through it a lot quicker than he could. Like, further ahead than you.
Because you know everything. You know the control layout. You know like what to do where. That's a good idea, man. Rip game manuals, by the way.
Unfortunately, there are no game manuals for League of Legends. Just failings in solo queue.
Though.
Well, there kind of is.
You are wrong.
But not in the conventional sense. You used to be able to read a manual that was like 30 pages long, and you could read everything about the game.
Oh, true.
I guess in League you get all the stats and stuff online, but it's not like a definitive guide on how to play League of Legends well, how to become a challenger and get the jacket.
Yeah. Back in Season 1 when the game was in beta and you could buy it physical, how to get in Season 6 the challenger jacket.
Please give.
Bam Aurelion Sol being Aurelion Sol one trick. Cough.
Dream.
70% win rate. That was bad, man.
Rilo set to being finished off from the Vladimir now as well, so going to have some slows of his own, but at this point the GLP 800 on Swiffer is just giving him so much trouble. Look at that, look, constantly. There's nothing he can do about it because...
Literally, walk towards him, just right-click behind his tower and just walks towards Slayer. Not a good way to be.
It's just a hard choice because you have to sacrifice 20% of your current health to use the Sanguine Pool. So it's like, well, am I going to take more than 20% here or what? So
doing calculations on how much damage you're going to take from Aurelion Sol is a bit.
Mate, this is how like Faker plays the game. You know this, but actually Swiffer's in trouble.
Swiffer is in trouble. Hemoplague does go down, does land on him as well. He is so done. The Hemoplague at the last second does finish off the kill. That's what you get for punishing this guy under his tower. 4 and 2, by the way, on this Vladimir right this current time. Aurelion Sol's first death. Co6 was trying to catch Raze, but Raze is going to be alright. He's going to get out of there real quick. But that's a lot of pressure in the mid lane now. And now Gnar has to be in there just to stop this push.
Yeah, it's a tough one, to say the least. Can they try and make something happen here? They're going to go for it.
They're going to try and bait it.
Wow,
Swiffer taking a lot of damage. Yeah, he's got no real defensive stats, but Oddie as well. Sayer's going really low, does use the pool, does flash away. They're now on Oddie. Now Jiraiya's in the fight as well. He has been exhausted. He does spin out the hammer, but no, it gets denied. And now Swiper is Mega Gnar as well. Spooks is in the front line, but here comes the shot from Raze. He sniped him around the wall. He bent it like that film from Wanted when they bend the bullets. He did it. He bent it around and killed Sayer. That could have been such a better movie reference. But they're going to take the tower as well. Beautiful play from Raze there on this gym. We mentioned it before. This guy is a monster on this champion.
Depends how close you want to go to football there. You could have said bend it like Beckham.
I wanted to say that, but
you thought, well, it's not really a bullet though.
Bend it like that movie Wanted. It didn't flow well at all.
Yeah, I know what you're on about. I kind of enjoyed that film.
It was okay. Anthony Angeli was in it, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. That's me, Chiefs. Yeah. By the way. Cloud Drake. What's the next one?
Mountain. Yes.
Ooh, yeah. We all like the Mountain Drakes. That'd be good for them. If they can burn through the Baron pretty quickly, then that'd be excellent.
Oh yeah. I mean, who could say no to more damage? That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Mountain Drake, next one available. So that will be 2 so far in this game when it does spawn. And Chiefs have been in control of both of them. Now they're doing really well. 2k gold lead as well. So they're sustaining their lead, which they've been able to do. And with that Baron buff as well, they're surely going to be able to do it. I mean, we have seen some sick Baron steals in the first day as well. If you haven't seen it, go watch the VODs. In the Chiefs game, I believe it was.
It was the Quadra where he almost got the penta, right?
Yes. It was pretty disgusting.
That's Cassiopeia. That's Cassiopeia for you, though.
In a nutshell, it's disgusting champion. Just a bit. Nice ward taking. Oh, Sayer. He's Hemoplagued actually. Swiffer going really low here. Voice of Light.
That was awful.
Question mark? That really was a bad Voice of Light, but Ragnarok's going to come in as well. Karma over the wall does give him the shield, but he is on the run. He does have Rylai's to get the slowdown, but the slingshot is going to finish him off for the kill. But that Voice of Light was a bit questionable there. Vladimir was already in the pool. Now the blue buff is going to be the point of contention with the whole entire Lyon Gaming around this Baron buff as well. Are they going to start it is the question.
I don't know, but they're looking pretty good. Still 1.5k gold down, mind you. That's been kind of the case all game here against Chiefs, is that they have probably been down around about 1.5k gold. Like every time I've looked, it's been between 1.3 and 1.6. So, despite making these little comebacks, having a 3-0 for Zac, a 1-0-2 Poppy, it's just not working out for them yet. They need to get some towers down. They only have that top lane tower, and if they don't get rid of the gold that's locked up in these towers, they're never going to be able to pull ahead and start running away with this game. Because right now, Chiefs don't look too worried. Okay, they're making a couple of mistakes, but it's nothing major.
No, exactly that. And you just saw there as well, they were able to defend 4v4 because Poppy was actually in the bottom lane split pushing. So it's a question. Maybe if Gerard was in the mid lane there, they could have taken that tower because they got the kill, like you just said, but they haven't really done anything with it.
No, it's trying to do things with the kill, like you say in the first place. Though it's trying to force things hard, and I think equally, trying to force it in this case would be quite difficult for them. Purely because they have to rotate everyone over to mid lane. Everyone's got to get there together because you're still going to face off against a pretty scary lineup. You'll still have an Olaf that can charge on you. You still have the curtain call that can come out of Jhin, and you still got the ultimate that can come out of Swiper in the top lane just to completely wreck a team fight. So it's quite a risky one in the first place. To be honest, I think they'd be happy to dive Aurelion Sol anyway. If you CC him, he is literally useless.
Yeah.
Let's go for that.
Super useless.
Actually, it's Chiefs who are going to be forcing this, maybe.
They are indeed. Ghost is popped and Ragnarok as well. They're going straight onto Oddie. He's taking a lot of damage. The tidal wave comes through there, but Swift is here. Does old Saya back into the tower, but he is going to get the tower credit as well. There you go. Swift is back. He's got his revenge. He picks up the kill on Saya. And Oddie's going to have to get out of there really fast. But Chiefs, yet again, they're using that curtain call really effectively, making sure Jhin can't be touched. And boom, they let it rip. And they do manage to get an objective and a kill off it.
Well, that's the important part, I think, is making sure that the Jhin's safe before you use it. And now the natural answer to that is that really Choice should be holding on to the tidal wave and using it as soon as Jhin brings the ult out. He might get 1 or 2 shots off, but he can't stop an ultimate come flying at his face and knocking him up and cancelling the ultimate out there. So really what I'd like to see is Choice not using the tidal wave so freely as he has been so far. Just save it for the point when you know the Jhin's going to start doing some damage and you might be able to save a member or two of your team.
Yeah, definitely. That's why people, a lot of other pros were picking Bard as well. Obviously, you can use the Tempered Fate in the back line to just counter the Jhin out of his ultimate. And yeah, maybe Chozix needs to do this because Raze is so good at hitting these bullets, right? And we've seen him already. He took out Saya, like, don't know how he did that. He managed to take him out, and he's just using it as such an amazing zoning tool in order for his team to take objectives. Same. I missed it though. I was looking at something else.
Yeah, although he needs to learn that if you press the X key on the keyboard, you can view gold.
You can do that. The thing you can do.
Well,
all those shortcuts you learned from like being an amateur caster back in the day. Well, we're still
right.
amateur.
Having to, well, yeah. You're still a noob,
well,
friend.
Still, yeah, exactly. Still good.
I was like, how BM can I be here?
Yeah. Oh wow, that's bad, man. No, this is one of my first big events, so I was pretty excited to cast it.
I think we all were.
Oh,
say all those.
It's IEM.
There's you and I. Yeah, exactly, man. I go to IEM Katowice every year, and I have such a ball. If I go this year, you need to come, by the way.
I will. Don't you worry, my friend. I've always wanted to go, man. And Poland's a really nice place too.
It's nice, yeah. Like I got to admit, okay, the bars are few and far between, but it's a nice place otherwise.
Get some beers in. It's all good. I have a friend actually lives near Katowice.
Okay.
So we could chill. We could chill.
Krakow's not far away either.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, okay. Plan is, mate. Let's go to Katowice. Let's go. Do it.
I'm waiting for the dates to be announced. It's going to be March sometime. But of course, Katowice isn't where this ends. I lie, actually. It is where it ends. So you go Oakland first, then you go to the one in Korea, and then it lands in the end in Katowice for the World Championships.
Yes.
I was reading earlier, actually. I think for Oakland, SKT can't make it to Oakland. As in they literally can't make it. As in they can't qualify.
Oh, that sucks. I was hoping to see some more Korean domination.
Unlucky, how about that Korean domination, guys? Did you have enough minute of Worlds? No? Okay, sure.
No,
hey, we're back.
Just one of those. They're like clutching to their chairs, hiding behind them, like, no, please, please. Faker, please stop 1v9ing.
Did you see him playing NA solo queue? He's like 4th in the leaderboards or something.
Oh my goodness. Every single time this happens, he ends up at such a high rank. Same with Praise, like rank 8 at the moment. It's like, Oh, well, we're just going to do this in our spare time, guys. We're just going to get near close to rank 1 as possible. And then everybody who Korean boot camps just goes to like, oh, yeah, we're really high master, boys. Oh, we did it. We reached 120th in the ranked in the Challenger ladder. It's like, oh, man. Baker and Prey come to Wild. It's like, meh, it's cool.
One of them. One of them.
They're getting 2 jackets as well. Could get one from NA Solaki. It's possible. That'd be kind of cool.
Two jackets. Who's going to get the second one to?
I don't know. I mean, Coma, I suppose. I would. Me. That English broadcaster and esports caster called Derry. Derry Desertu. Yeah, we'll give it to him. Just out of nowhere. I'm sure you could hit Faker up on his cell phone.
I could try.
You could just hit him up. It's cool. Just go into his stream, man. Just
yeah, just head over to Zubu and be like, yo,
how's it going?
What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Please
so you're going to use that other jacket, or you know?
Oh, the jacket would be cool. Yeah, I love what he's going to do with it.
Maybe
he sticks one in a frame, maybe.
In a that'd be pretty cool. I'd wear
and wear the other one. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll totally do that. We are nowhere near Challenger though.
No.
Feels bad.
Dream.
Yeah.
Over. Maybe if I play Diner exclusively, we might get there.
Maybe. Like OTPs are quite, you know, they are quite.
They're the climbers in the world, my friend.
They are depressingly so. That's why I mentioned the Aurelion Soul thing earlier. It's like some Challenger with like 70% win rate, and it's like if you played any other champion though, I think you'd be, you know, maybe High Diamond Master. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Well, Surf is doing pretty well on the Aurelion Soul.
He is, yeah. Like he's got hold of the Banshee's Veil now as well, so it's all about trying to prevent the CC that might come flying at his face as well. The Magic Resist, of course, will help against the Zac and the Vladimir. He's built quite nicely, I think. Actually, it's very low on damage, but then Aurelion's damage just as a base is just really good in the first place.
He really is, and that's what's the annoying thing. He doesn't have to get that many items to be viable, because he just hits the stars so often. And in fact, he's going to use those on the Baron now. They are starting up. Spooks is actually behind the pit, just fending off everybody. Arcane, True Shot Barrage even, does come flying through and just dissuades them from the Baron.
They are going to try and do that again at some point. You just get the feeling that they know they need to get this to crack the base. You know, that, okay, at this point now they're 3k goal in the lead. It's no longer 1.5k. Good job, Chiefs. But they're still going to try and push in and start cracking more towers down here. They've got 2 towers standing at 32 minutes in the game when they've had this much control all game. You know, rotation-wise from Lions has been poor. But coming out of Chiefs so far, the macro play has looked really good. They've just got to really put the foot on the gas a little bit more, push it forward a little bit quicker, and try and get some more towers down. Because once you've got that map dominance, you can get a ton of wards down in the red side jungle for Lyon Gaming, and then just worry all about the Baron then.
Yeah, definitely. Forcing a fight wouldn't be a bad option at all. Just make sure you can get Raze back behind your front line and just make sure you can curtain call in, and then obviously you've got Spooks to run a distraction, and then Swiffer to literally stand still. Now, they may have spotted Saya in the top lane. Swiffer is very swift. Spooks is going to come through as well. Hemo Plague has been popped. Does mean he's going to get a burst of movement speed, but along with the Ghost as well. Voice of Light comes through. Ooh, beautiful lasagnas, actually. Nice flash from Swiffer as well. Doesn't even pop the Banshee's Veil. He's like, not today, my friend. And the TP is actually cancelled from Giral down in that bottom side. So maybe this is Chief's time. No TP on the Poppy and no ultimate from Vladimir.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's the 3rd time this game now we've seen the TP channel and then cancelled pretty much immediately. Bit risky, to be honest with you, but hey, here comes the TP coming in. Well, sorry, not the TP, but the TP is available, sorry, I should say, for Swiper, as the Baron is coming in. Other way around, I should have said that. Yeah. Now, this means Poppy has had to abandon top lane here, so they can abandon this Baron altogether and get top and bottom lane tower if they want to. In fact, that's what they're going to do by the looks of it.
Yeah, disengage.
Oh, they take it away.
But Ragnarok is going to come in as well. TP as well from Nah is coming in, but no, White Lotus actually kills Ejim, and they are just taking this HP away. They say thank you, Chiefs, for leaving that at half HP. Saya is now on top of Swiffer. The Baron goes over to Lyon Gaming. Swiffer is in a massive amount of trouble. Star Surge comes through, not going to be as effective, and now Swiper, who cancelled his TP, is left alone in the top lane, only took a tower. They lose the Baron and 3 kills.
So 4 cancelled TPs, we can make that now. It's crazy how often, you know, the top laners almost don't want to commit. Like, I understood the cancel earlier on in bot lane, sorry, near Dragon, when it was like, well, I'm here to help you clean up a fight, but we've already cleaned it up, so you can cancel. Like, the last 2 TPs, though, both from Poppy and from Nah, both really questionable, I think, actually. They really should have committed to it a little bit harder and just gone for the fight, because giving a Baron over to Lyon here, that's their ticket back into this game. They're already 200 gold in the lead, and towers are going to fall down everywhere now. You've got Poppy in the bot lane. These 4 are trying to push on for this inhibitor. Crazy.
Crazy
Oh,
indeed. And
speaking
that
of
is a
which.
fight. Yeah, Spooks just gets Aqua Prism there, just absolutely erasing him from that team fight, not able to do absolutely anything. Ejim goes down as well. And Lyon Gaming, have they just made the comeback, Derry?
They may well have just done that, and the issue I think here was that Chiefs were just so slow about peeling off Baron. They'd sort of seen that actually, Swiper's in a really good position here. Poppy's had to come down because she hasn't got TP. Just take the tower, and they cannot stop you doing it. Let's leave Baron alone. But they left it far too late.
There is a fight in the bottom
is.
side, indeed. Noddy actually goes down. Those little blobs, he's trying. He actually gets out. Elastic slingshots away as well. He is a very small Zac, but here comes the curtain call. There are so many low health members. One onto... Oh, okay.
Ooh,
He's
good
out of
flash.
range. It's fine. It's all good, boys. Swiffer's going to try and chase them. They are so low. So low. Can you imagine if that curtain call was a little bit earlier? Quadra kill, I can see it now. But no. Lyon Gaming coming back with this one. They take a tower and the inhibitor in the mid lane. They have Baron buff. What were Chiefs doing?
It was just the issue of thinking, okay, we can get this and we can get bottom tower. It was a bit heavy, I think, in terms of committal to both sides. They either should have said to Nah, right, get your rage bar, be ready to TP immediately, or we're going to cancel Baron, keep on going. Like, choose one or the other. Don't try and do both. I think it was just greed more than anything, and it's come back to bite them now as well. Lyon Gaming are looking in a pretty strong position. They're 2.5K gold up. They're going for this Elder Drake here. This is going to be an interesting fight.
This is indeed 3 dragons on the side of Chiefs as well. If they grab this will be incredible for them. And it is 2 mounters as well. Something they want to fight over. 3k HP left on the
Books has got to go now.
Trying for it to go in. He is just going to charge in.
He got it!
He's stolen the dragon. He's got it. That buff is going to be huge. Hemoplay goes down. Swift is on the sidelines there, but they're all scattered. Spooks goes down to White Lotus. And in the backline as well, Rage just gets completely caught out. And now it is Swiffer in a 1v5. He takes out White Lotus, but Ejim and Swiper are the only members surviving, and the lag is real. They are just menacingly looking at each other as we come into...
We're back in again!
We're back in again!
I'm right again!
Okay.
Look at Vladimir, man. Oh, it's gone.
Oh, he's chilling.
And we're back in again. The curse. It's real.
We're back in again! I'm back in again.
Okay, what happened? Okay, so Ekim died.
What happened?
Harry.
Ekim died. Okay.
They went 4 for 3. Oh god, here we go again. I don't know why you jump up. Well, yes, no, Swiper's got the buff here, so this is really risky from Odie.
Odie.
Oh!
Oh, in midair. Gets the punch. Says, get down here, son. Swiper goes down.
Punched by his flubbery appendages.
Oh man, and they're pink.
Beating into the dirt.
It looks like bubblegum. Unlucky.
So that was a... It turned out to be like full 5 kills. Yeah, 5 kills overall.
Ace. But
Lyon 5 for 3. That was a pretty good fight overall then actually. He's 5-0-9 on the Zac still as well. This is crazy how good he's doing.
What is going on, Derry?
Chaos.
Chaos is what's going on. Chiefs had the Elder Dragon buff. It's completely gone now. They did put up a valiant effort and a fantastic snipe from Spooks. Could not turn that around. They all got split up.
I think the most important thing is they kept it off of Lyon though, who are already pushing ahead with the momentum of Baron. Just keeping it off them in the first place means they aren't going to rotate bot lane and completely crush your tower, and you can't do a thing about it because Ezreal's poke, don't forget, will proc off the damage that comes in from that, and it would have just been a little bit heavy, I think, actually, in terms of trying to stay in the tower while he's poking away. They're slowly hitting the tower. Before you know it, you lose a second inhibitor. I think it was a forced decision that had to happen. It's still going to make it really tough for Chiefs. So you look at the goal difference now, it's still 2.5k, but it's just not looking as good for Chiefs as it did in the early game. They're 20-12 in kills.
Yeah, and the gold lead is now in Lyon Gaming's favour, only by 3k though. And thank you, Observer, for pointing out there is a ZZ Rot portal over near the dragon. I've got to wonder. That was either... Who is ZZ... Oh, that's Poppy's ZZ Rot. Was she trying for the ZZ Rot charge?
She did. She did go for it, yeah, in the fight.
Okay.
She did. She did. It's fine.
It's fine. That is... Damn, that's never happened to me before, but if it did, I think
it's
that's...
so tilting.
Hilt-worthy,
Yeah, it's pretty tilty.
Oh, man.
But I've still got to say, I'm yet to see Swiper really do anything big in a fight. You're playing a huge team fight champion. You're super tanky. You've got a decent amount of damage here. You've got the Frozen. You've got the Black Cleaver. Make use of it. Stop sitting in top lanes trying to split. You've done a lot of splitting already. Your team really needs you in a team fight here to bring you back into it. Splitting is what you do when you're ahead. And when you're behind, you really want to try and team fight to try and turn the tides in your favour. But right now, the Gnar is just not doing that.
He hasn't had any of those big ultimates.
No, it's
A little bit disappointing.
Oh,
Swiffer.
Swiper's. Yeah, he might be dead here actually.
Swiffer might be dead, but no, Saya's going really low as well. Swiper is going to come down. Ghost being popped from him. Oh, he's just out of star range. He might want to go back into this pool on to Swiffer, but Odie's going to fight in the mid side as well. Spooks is going really low, just trying to solo out White Lotus, but he has so much percent damage. Flash from Nami over the wall, doesn't matter. Raze picks up the kill. In fact, a double kill, and the almost deadly flourish comes out, but there comes the ultimate as well, the curtain call. But we're going to jump back down to the bottom side of the fight as well. Swiffer is really low. GA popped from Zaki. This guy's got so many extra lives. Slingshot, can they do anything? Deadly flourish misses. Chiefs get 2 kills. Swiffer almost going down, and now Swiper has got Oddie in his sights. Oh, the little... that little pipe followed him through as well, and he is going to be... Oh, yeah, he gets excited, so he's going to follow him as well. Possibly going to pick up another kill. This is actually Slingshot, man. He's like... he's so mobile.
Yeah,
you
it's
said that he was the
fantastic.
most mobile champion in the game.
It's all about that
40%
cooldown
CDR
reduction. Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh,
Absolutely
yeah.
horrible.
Damn, that fight was a bit of an interesting one. And Baron's up.
Oh, this is where things get really interesting then, because now Chiefs are in a good position to take it. And in fact, they're burning it down so quick. They've just got to rush it here. They've got to commit to it.
Yeah. He's trying for it. It goes over. Oh, he goes into the pit. They are going to follow onto Gerald, though, while Slayer is on the side. Tahima onto 4 people. Chiefs just absolutely demolished Gerald. And Sayer is a little bit of problem as well. He does get Deadly Flourish. The pool already been used. Swiffer gets his revenge once again. And they do take him out. Now it is in Chiefs' game. Chiefs have got the lead once again. 1,000 gold up with the Baron buff.
I think they win here. This is just... They've got so much time here. 40 seconds on Gerald. They've got 45 seconds on Sayer. They can end the game off the back of this if they keep on pushing. Good engage, though.
Ooh, good engage from Oddie indeed. Deadly Flourish comes out. Curtain call as well. He does use the exhaust. Will be able to get him. White Lotus. Nice arcane shift. Oh, he gets him from the back line with the help of Swiffer as well. And Swiffer gets the kill onto the Zac. That is going to be game. Chiefs taking this first game of the best of 3 over already. This game was so backwards and forwards, but that last Baron fight, well, the fight before the Baron even just absolutely decided the rest of this one. This is going to be a hell of a series, Derry.
It is, yeah. It's going to get crazy close. Really